Could be tonight.
Amen.
Brother.
Amen.
Therefore, seeing we are surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside the weight and the sin that so easily ensnares us. And let us run with endurance the race that is set before us, looking unto Jesus, who is the author and the finisher of our faith, who, for the joy that was set before him, endured the cross, despising the shame, and is now set down at the throne of God. To unpack that scripture in the next few minutes, and there will be a few minutes. I know some of you got to get school tomorrow. Some of you got to make lunches for tomorrow. Some of you got to get kids to bed in time to get up for tomorrow. And I'm certainly aware of what this evening means as a pre-start to school evening. To unpack that particular passage of Scripture, therefore, the writer of Hebrews begins our text. Years ago in seminary, a seminary professor said to us, whenever you see the word therefore in the Scripture, you need to pause and decide what it's there for. That word is therefore to remind the reader to look back at what he just said in Hebrews chapter 11. Hebrews chapter 11 is the great hall of fame of the faith of people in God. As you look at Hebrews chapter 11, we'll not certainly take the time to read all those wonderful names tonight, but it is God's wall of fame of faithfulness. And as you look at those particular individuals, you'll be reminded of how they responded out of faith in order that they might run the race and have victory. Therefore, seeing, and you'll notice in the text tonight that there are two particular words that call us to see or to look. Seeing, we are encircled with so great a cloud of witnesses. Look unto Jesus, who is the writer for the Word, the author and the finisher, the one who completes our faith. And so we are to open our eyes that we may see glimpses of glory he has for me. And so as we look at that text again tonight, he is talking about the sin and the weight that we are to cast aside. In training, by the way, this is an athletic metaphor. Perhaps in reflecting the Olympic Games of that era, perhaps reflecting those games that would be played in front of a great crowd of people. And you'll notice he said we are surrounded by a great cloud of witnesses. Now again, the imagery is the Colosseum or the settings where they would have those track events and field events down below. And you get the idea that here are all of these people, a multitude of people, who are dressed in white togas, and they're seated all up in the stands. And if you are a participant in the games and you look up, there are all these white-looking images, and you get the idea that here is a cloud. Now, if they were down at Auburn, it would be an orange cloud. And if they were over at Tuscaloosa, it would be what kind of cloud? Red cloud, crimson cloud, to be sure. And so in this athletic metaphor, he is saying that we are to cast off the weight. I ran track for a number of years. My orthopedist said probably too long. But I ran track for a number of years. And when we would train during the week, we would train by putting sandbags on our ankles. We would wrap our ankles around with those sandbags with two different clasps or buckles. And we would train with that weight during the week. Well, on Saturday, when we'd have the track meet, the contest, we would currently remove those weights and you would believe the psychological and physiological delight it was for us to be able to think we were just flying without those weights. And so the writer of Hebrews is saying to those of us in the Christian life, it's time for you to get rid of what's weighing you down. Whatever it is that is hindering you or causing you to be less than what God wants you to do. You see, the Christian life is a race to be won. It is a life to be lived. It is a purpose to be accomplished. Amen. And anything that causes us to be less than what He has called us to be, we need to get rid of it. Amen. Maybe it's a bad attitude. Maybe it's gossiping. Lady was talking to a friend across the back fence and said to her friend, "Now you've got to hear this the first time because I promise not to repeat it." You got to think about that. Why are you waiting up? Well, whatever it may be in your life or my life that is causing us to be dragged and growing as a Christian, we need to get rid of it. You name yours, I'll name mine. And so he says, and the sin that seeks to ensnare us. As you look into the New Testament word for the besetting sin in the King James translation, it is a word that comes out of people who would go out into the forest or out camping, and they would be able to have a fire, a campfire, and they would be around that campfire, and as long as the fire was burning, they could see the eyes of the animals that would prey on them all around, circling them. And the writer of Hebrews is reminding the Christian people to be careful that sin doesn't pounce on you in an unguarded moment. Keep your guard up. Build a wall. Build a hedge. Build whatever is necessary to avoid that kind of opportunity for sin to strike. So be careful about the encircling sin that would ensnare you and take away, as our wonderful young people have sung for us tonight, take away our victory in Jesus. So looking unto Jesus, who is the author and the finisher of our faith. See and look. Now it seems to me in a quick analysis of the truths that we've learned in unpacking that text, it seems to me that there are three salient truths that we can take home with us tonight and apply to our lives. The first one is, we must be aware of the witnesses. Now the word witness means martyrs, those who died for the faith. But you can translate that further by those who observe our lives. Now you have an influence on people in your life. You have an influence on people that I will never know. People whose lives I will never be in contact with. Each of us. When the Scripture says, and Jesus said, as you are going into the world, we get the idea that he's just talking about this same spiraling dot of dust in his wonderful universe we call the earth, and it is. But he's saying go into your world. That's right. Go into the world where you live, where you eat your breakfast. By the way, if the Lord and I were in Birmingham, we're going to be in Nashville next Saturday. But I was out there celebrating all that country breakfast next Saturday. Wow. Wow. And so it is that we come to realize that we have the opportunity to be aware of the witnesses. The witnesses that you have, the witnesses that I don't have, people looking at your life, people looking at my life. We need to be aware of the witnesses that are around us. You're writing a gospel, a chapter each day, by the deeds that you do, by the word that you say. Men read what you write, whether faithless or true. Say, what is the gospel according to you? We cannot risk, we cannot afford missing out on the opportunity of winning the next generation of Christ. That's why I was so pleased when we talked about emphasizing youth tonight. You see, we are passing on the heritage of the faith. We don't have them feed our young people. We don't coerce them into making decisions. They practice their own free will in deciding for Christ, as it ought to be. At the same time, we can be aware of our witness. And we can be aware that we are passing on to them what it means to be a follower of Christ. I ran track 4 years in college, other years in high school. And the first years, year or two in college, I was a member of the mile relay team. Now, the mile relay team is composed of 4 runners, each of whom will run one lap around the track, 440 yards, carrying a baton. And we would have 20 yards to exchange that baton, and the next person would take it up and run. On this particular occasion, I was running the 3rd lap. The starter called us to the starting line. We lined up 4 deep. He gave us instructions, and he said, all right, first runner, take your place. The rest of us, the other 3 of us, stepped aside out on the edge of the track and the football field to wait and to see when our turn would come. I watched particularly the first runner, but I really watched the second runner because what he did or didn't do, I would have to do or not do. Well, the coach had told us before we had that particular event that we had to win that event in order to win the track meet. And he said, if we don't win this event because the points were 5 for first, 3 for second, 1 for third. He said, if we don't win all 5 of these points, we're not going to win the track meet. Well, I was already nervous. I had butterflies in my gut. That's another word for stomach. I had butterflies in my gut. And in fact, I was so nervous, the butterflies had butterflies in there. So I was standing over on the side, watching. And it came time for me to receive the baton. Well, we stood at the back line with our hand back like this. And as the runner came in to extend the baton, we would start moving. Well, I started moving too soon. If I'm going to do it, let's get it underway here. And we supposed to feel the hit of the baton in our hand, grip it, and start running. Well, I'm sure my hand was doing like this. I thought back on it, you know. And I felt the runner coming in trying to find my hand. And when he thought he had found my hand, he released the baton. Well, I tried to grip it, and I missed it. And not only did I miss it, but I dropped that thing. And not only did I drop the thing, but I kicked it. And it just went bounding out in the football field. I hung my head and cried. Really, I did. I just realized we were out of the race. It was over. I slipped back into the dressing room and dressed out as quickly as I could and went home. We were out of the race. We were out of the race. You're quiet. You understand where we're going, don't you? We cannot afford to be out of the race. That's right. It is important for us to be aware of the witnesses. And as we sing as young people, pass it on. Pass it on. Be a man full of witnesses. Second thing, be willing to lay aside handicaps. He talked about weights. He talked about sin. He talked about anything that hinders us from running the race of life to win. As I said earlier on, you have yours, I have mine. And he calls us to be willing to get rid of those, to run, to win. Forrest Gump is one of my favorites. Have you ever seen the movie Forrest Gump? You remember how Forrest and Jenny are coming home from school, and Forrest had these braces on his legs, you remember? And these 3 bullets on their bicycles come roaring down the lane that leads up to the house. And Jenny turned to Forrest and said, "Run, Forrest, run!" And Forrest takes off with his impediments, his handicap, the braces on his legs. And all of a sudden they start flying off. And you can just hear it all through the movie theater where we were seeing, wow, you know, look, he's running. And he's getting rid of his handicap. Later on in the movie, he decided that he'd gone across his driveway over to the town. So he said he got to the town, he decided he'd run across the county. Got to the county, he decided he'd run across the state. Got to the state, decided he'd just keep on running. And Forrest Gump ran all the way out to the Pacific coast in California, turned around, went all the way back to the lighthouses, and and on the coast of Maine. He just kept on running one day he stopped running. But I thought about him, and I thought about my life. And I thought about those handicaps that I need to get rid of. I love that movie. The Lord said, I've seen it so much I can tell you what's coming next. I remember the last scene of that movie. I don't know what it spoke to anybody else, but it seemed to me to be a message that I wanted to hear. Forrest and Jenny are married. Forrest has run, ran out of the jungle in Vietnam with his friends in his hand and armed, including Lieutenant Dan. At the wedding, Lieutenant Dan has come with his Vietnamese bride. Jenny and Forrest had a little boy named Forrest Jr. Jenny dies. As Forrest says, she caught the cancer. She had AIDS. She dies. But Forrest is left alone with Forrest Jr. Time to start school. First day of school. Forrest and Forrest Jr. down into the mailbox. Forrest is seated on a stump. Forrest Jr. next to him with his backpack. School bus comes in. Forrest Jr. gets ready to get on the bus and headed towards the bus. Forrest comes and says, Forrest, I love you, and I'll be right here when you get home. God said, listen, I love you, and I'll be right here.
Amen.
When it's time for you to come and say amen. Amen. Third thing, not only must we be mindful of the witnesses and not drop the time, we must be aware of the reasons that we need to get rid of our handicap, sin that so seeks to ensnare us. But we need to look to Jesus, the author and the finisher of our faith.
That's right.
The focus of our lives becomes Jesus. Now, I like what my friend said one day back in Kansas, Mississippi, when I was the pastor of the First Baptist Church over there. We were out in the middle of one of those lakes winter fishing one day, and I said, tell me about your Christian life. He began to tell me. He was a typesetter back before iPads and computers and word processors and all that kind of thing. He set the type for the county newspaper that was published every Thursday, rain or shine. Hands respected the ink across the years that had permeated his skin. I said, tell me about your Christian life. He said, well, let me tell you what I do. He said, you know, I get up in the morning and I know what the day's going to be. We've got deadlines to meet. We got responsibilities to fulfill. He said, you know what I do? He said, before I put my feet on the floor, he said, I pray. I said, that's great. He said, let me tell you what I pray. Okay. He said, I say to the Lord Jesus, now Lord Jesus, you know I'm going to be busy today. And you know that I've got type to set today. People to see, ads to sell. And you know what my life is going to be like today. But I want you to know that I am placing my life in your hands today. And I want to set type for the glory of the Lord. Amen.
Amen.
Well, that didn't mean he stopped every time he had to change type and pray. But he had that satisfaction, that security of knowing that his life was set in the hands of Jesus. And his life was focused on the Lord.
That's right.
So we need to be mindful of witnesses, live in identity, and look to Jesus, the author and the finisher of our faith. There was another track meet. I tell you, if you said exchange the baton at 3 o'clock in the morning, I stood up in bed and said, give it to me. By that time. We had gone over it in practice. And I've been moved up to number 4, the last one. Did the same thing. Coach said, I can't tell you a few boys this, but same thing is true. You don't win, we lose the conference track meet. We were, as we say in Mississippi, we were flying in high cotton in because we were at the conference track meet. He said, if we're going to win the conference this year, we've got to win this mile relay. And so we did the same thing. Darn gave us instructions. 3 of us stepped aside. I watched the first runner run. He came in just about equal. I watched the second runner run. He came in about 4 yards behind. I watched the third runner run. He came in about 8 yards behind. I took the baton, I felt the smack of the baton in my palm, and I gripped it. I ran to that first turn, floated the turn, and came down the back stretch, and there he was, about 8 yards in front of me. I began to eat up some space. A little bit here, a little bit there. We came to the last turn. When you come around that last turn, you look straight ahead in the straightaway, and there's the finish line. And at the time, we stretched cord, they kind of yarn across the finish line, with two people on either side holding it. And I could see it. And there it was, about 4 yards in front of me. My friends up in the stand, I could hear them yell, "Come on! Come on! Come on, Johnny Lee! Come on! Come on!" Well, I did the best I could. But I appreciated their encouragement. And I looked up, and there was Coach Wilson Lefty Fulton on the other side of that yarn, yelling for me to come on. Come on. Come on. Now, I wish you could have known Lefty Fulton. Wonderful track coach, wonderful man, great Christian. He always had a clipboard in his hand, and he always wore with a basketball shoestring around his neck. He wore a whistle, and he wore a stopwatch. Not sure I remember hearing the whistle or watching him do the stopwatch, but he already had it, always had it. And I looked up, and there he was. And he was standing himself with that clipboard, and the whistle was going this way, and the stopwatch was going that way, and he was yelling, "Come on, come on, come on!" And I gave it everything I had. Everything I had. I got closer and closer. Here was the finish line. I lunged forward, broke the tape, and failed. Fell into the cinders. I can show you the scars tonight. No, I'm kidding about that. But at that day and time, we had the old railroad cinders on the track. I fell in those cinders. And I rolled over. One of my friends, who was one of the judge, leaned over and said, "You beat him this far." Well, he helped me get up. And I walked out on the football field trying to put out the fire. If you're a runner, you know what I'm talking about. I was trying to put out the fire in my lungs. And I was trying to breathe normally. My legs had turned to rubber band. Just like that. I was trying to breathe normally again. And Coach Philson, he was the kind of coach that if you didn't do well, he would tell you what you needed to do better. And if you did well, he didn't have to brag on you or compliment you, or praise you. Rarely did that. But I was standing, holding my knees, trying to breathe. And I felt this tap on my shoulder. And I stood up. And there was Coach Fulton. He looked at me and he said, "Good job, Johnny." That's all he said. He walked away. Good job, Johnny. The day is coming. And I'm looking toward that day, closer than it's ever been in my life. When I will cross the finish line of this life, and there it will be, the master coach, the author and the finisher of our faith. That's right. I don't expect to hear him say, "Good job, Johnny." But I'm looking forward to his saying, "Well done, thy good and faithful servant. Enter now into that place prepared for you from the foundation of the earth." Amen.
Amen.